Have you ever wondered what was the bloodiest conflict in history that most of us have never heard of? Today we delve into the depths of the Taiping Rebellion, a significant chapter in history that is often eclipsed by other events. This catastrophic civil war, which took place in China, is a tale of ambition, faith, and struggle, leaving an indelible mark on the world's history. Welcome to our channel. If you find such intriguing topics interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. The seeds of the Taiping Rebellion were sown in the mid-19th century. A dark and tumultuous time in China's history, the country was grappling with economic instability and social unrest. The Qing dynasty, which had ruled for over 2 centuries, was on the brink of decline. The empire was suffering from rampant corruption, skyrocketing taxes, and a series of natural disasters, all of which left the populace impoverished and desperate. In the midst of this turmoil, a man named Hong Xiuquan emerged from the shadows. Born into a family of farmers, Hong was a failed civil service examinee. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he claimed to have received visions during a severe illness, that he was the younger brother of Jesus Christ. He was destined, he said, to establish a heavenly kingdom on earth and rid China of the evils that plagued it. Hong's religious fervor found fertile ground in the hearts of the disenchanted masses. Inspired by his charisma and his promise of a heavenly kingdom, thousands flocked to his banner. They saw in him a beacon of hope, a chance to topple the oppressive Qing regime and replace it with a utopian society rooted in equality and justice. Hong capitalized on this momentum, and in the year 1850, he led his followers into battle against the Qing forces. The rebellion, known as the Taiping Rebellion, had begun. It was a war not just for territory, but for the soul of a nation. Hong's followers, who called themselves the Taiping, or Heavenly Peace, fought with a fervor seldom seen in history. They believed they were not just soldiers in a rebellion, but agents of divine will, tasked with ushering in a new era of righteousness. Such was the birth of a rebellion that would shake the foundations of the Qing dynasty. The Taiping Rebellion was a maelstrom that swept across China, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's history. It was a rebellion born of desperation and fueled by faith, a testament to the power of the human spirit in the face of adversity. With the stage set, the rebels began to make their move. This marked the beginning of what would be known as the Taiping Rebellion, a fight for autonomy and justice that would shake the very foundations of China's Qing dynasty. In the early days of the rebellion, the Taiping forces saw a string of victories. These triumphs were not merely the result of military prowess, but also the powerful ideals that fueled the rebellion. The dream of a heavenly kingdom where people lived in harmony, free from the oppressive rule of the Qing, captured the hearts of many. In the year 1851, the Taiping leader Hong Xiuquan declared the establishment of the heavenly kingdom of great peace. This was a bold move, a clear challenge to the Qing dynasty, and an assertion of sovereignty. The rebels had their own government, their own currency, and even their own system of education. The heavenly kingdom was more than just a dream. It was a reality that was taking shape right before their eyes. But the heavenly kingdom was not just about establishing a new political order. It was about radical social reforms as well. Land was to be held in common, wealth was to be shared, and there was to be equality between men and women. These were revolutionary ideas, far ahead of their time, and they sent shockwaves through the society of the day. The Taiping Rebellion was not just a rebellion in the traditional sense. It was a social revolution, a radical departure from the norms of the time. It was a fight for a better future, a struggle against oppression and injustice. However, as with any revolution, there were challenges. The Qing dynasty was not about to give up without a fight, and there were internal conflicts within the Taiping forces as well. The road to the heavenly kingdom was fraught with danger and uncertainty. The heavenly kingdom was a beacon of hope for many, but its light was not to last. Despite the early victories and the radical social reforms, the heavenly kingdom was facing threats from all sides. It was a time of hope, but also a time of great turmoil. The dream of a heavenly kingdom was alive, but the journey was just beginning. Every rise has its fall, and the Taiping Rebellion was no exception. The seeds of the rebellion's demise were sown within its own ranks. Internal disputes, military defeats, and the death of their leader Hong Xiuquan all contributed to the fall of this once mighty rebellion. Let's begin with the internal disputes. The Taiping Rebellion was not a unified front, but rather a tapestry of different factions, each with their own beliefs, goals, and agendas. This lack of unity proved to be a fatal flaw. As the rebellion gained momentum, so did the internal disagreements. The leaders of the rebellion often found themselves at odds with each other, leading to bitter power struggles that weakened them from within. Then came the military defeats. Initially, the Taiping forces had some significant victories, capturing key cities and territories. However, their lack of a centralized command structure and strategic planning became evident when they faced the disciplined and well-organized forces of the Qing dynasty. The tide of the rebellion began to turn against the Taiping as they suffered a series of devastating defeats. The final blow came with the death of Hong Xiuquan. Hong, the self-proclaimed heavenly king, was the spiritual and political heart of the rebellion. His charismatic leadership and visionary ideas were the glue that held the rebellion together. When he died in June 1864, it was not only a loss of a leader but also a loss of direction and purpose. Without Hong, the Taiping Rebellion lost its unifying force and the remaining members were quickly crushed by the Qing forces. The fall of the Taiping Rebellion was a slow and painful process, filled with internal strife, military defeats, and the loss of their charismatic leader. But it's important to remember that despite its fall, the rebellion left a lasting impact on China, shaking the very foundations of the Qing dynasty and setting the stage for the dramatic changes that were to come. And so ended one of the deadliest conflicts in history. If you're finding this fascinating, hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. In the aftermath of the rebellion, China was forever changed. The Taiping Rebellion, one of the deadliest civil wars in history, left a trail of devastation in its wake. Its end marked the beginning of a new era, one of transformation and modernization. The Qing dynasty, once a mighty force, found itself on shaky ground. It emerged from the conflict severely weakened, its authority questioned, and its resources depleted. The rebellion had exposed the dynasty's vulnerabilities, shaking its foundations to the core. The rebellion's impact wasn't confined to the political realm. It also triggered a seismic shift in China's social fabric. The Taiping's radical social reforms, though short-lived, had given people a taste of an egalitarian society. The ideas of shared property, equality of sexes, and the abolition of foot binding, however briefly they were implemented, were revolutionary. They planted seeds of change that would later bear fruit in the form of social and cultural transformations. Even in its defeat, the rebellion had far-reaching consequences. It had laid bare the need for modernization. A realization dawned on China's rulers. The old ways would not suffice. This led to a period of self-strengthening, where China sought to learn from Western nations. It modernized its military, updated its infrastructure, and made strides in education. The rebellion had inadvertently set China on a path towards modernity. Moreover, the rebellion also left a lasting imprint on the Chinese psyche. It became a symbol of resistance against a corrupt regime, a reminder of the power of people's movements. It continues to be a source of inspiration for those advocating for change. The Taiping Rebellion, despite its destructive nature, was a catalyst for change. It forced China to confront its weaknesses, to adapt, and to evolve. The rebellion was a crucible in which modern China was forged. The Taiping Rebellion left an indelible mark on China's history and continues to influence the nation's identity. So, what have we learned today about the Taiping Rebellion? We've journeyed through one of the most tumultuous periods in China's history, an era marked by uprising, conflict, and profound change. We've delved into the origins of the rebellion, sparked by the charismatic and complex figure Hong Xiuquan, a man who, fueled by a vision, ignited a fire of revolt against the ruling Qing dynasty. We've witnessed the rise of the Heavenly Kingdom, an audacious attempt to establish a new order centered around a unique blend of Christian and traditional Chinese beliefs. This kingdom, while short-lived, dramatically altered the landscape and dynamics of power within China. We then explored the fall of the rebellion, a series of events steeped in resistance, strategic miscalculations, and the overwhelming force of the Qing and their allies. The end of the rebellion resulted in a death toll that was staggering, making it one of the deadliest conflicts in history. Finally, we examined the aftermath and legacy of the Taiping Rebellion. We saw how the rebellion, despite its failure, left an indelible mark on China's history. It reshaped the political and social structures of the country, setting the stage for future revolutions and the eventual fall of the Qing dynasty. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we delve into more fascinating chapters of history.